Hi there, welcome to Storytime with Uncle Bill. And today's story, folks, is it was an odd one to me. If you don't know, in 1998, August of 98, I was busted in the truck with approximately 198 kilos of marijuana, and was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison, all of which I served. So I'm a convicted felon. That's what it really boils down to, is I'm a convicted felon. And being that there's a whole big great list of things that a convicted felon can never do again, they say there's some things that you could apply for, but I'm the kind of person that ain't really interested. Once you said you took them, you could have them. I haven't really missed anything. Just my logic. So one day I'm at the house anyway, and been doing good. I just celebrated 18 years of being free from the federal, serving my time, paying my debt to society, and this was all from marijuana, folks. I got a letter in the mail, and the letter stated that it would like me to serve jury duty. Well, I wasn't never really interested in that, and especially as somebody that served time before, I'm not interested in sending somebody to go serve time. And I know there's, that's just part of the law, and it's actually part of being an American citizen. It's like your civil duty to do jury duty. I don't know if you know that. Or if you're one of the people that's never done jury duty, I could tell you what happened in Onslow County, Jacksonville, North Carolina, as it pertained to how I did it. And I would have thought I would have never known that, because it says in the letter, two things that said it was important in the letter. One, if you don't show up, you can be arrested. You could get a bench warrant, and they can arrest you for it. That caught my attention, because I'm not really interested in going to jail or prison anymore, and especially all I got to do is show up. But if you have been a convicted felon or this other long list of stuff, give this number a call and they'll tell you how to proceed. So I called the number and I was like, hey, look, my name is William Jakowski. Y'all sent me a jury thing. I spent 5 years in federal prison. I'm a convicted felon and I don't want to do it. Can you scratch my name off the list? No, I don't want to do it. Oh yeah, no, you still got to come in. It says here on the paperwork, and then now you wasting everybody's time, especially mine. You know what I mean? And no, you got to come in. You got to come in. You got to come in. So I was like, all right, that's what I got to do, because I'm not going to go to jail for not coming in. So it's an ordeal. It's actually very intrusive, and you got to understand what's actually going on. It's a process, folks. The DA and the other lawyer helping the guy, they got strategies and stuff on how to pick juries, and in order to come up with those strategies, they got to get to know you as a person. And so anyway, I arrived to the courthouse. You got to go through the metal detector, take all the stuff out, and get patted down. It's already too much. It's already way more than I want to do. Been through this 1,000 million times. Didn't want to do this at all. So there's actually a bunch of people. There's 12 juries and like a couple alternatives or whatever. There's like 50 people. There's a lot of people. I don't know, 100 people. There's a lot of people. And we're all in the courtroom, and they come out to call your name and stuff, make sure you're there, and then they start asking real personal questions, and you need to raise your hand every time they ask. Like, have you ever been sexually assaulted? Have you ever had food stamps? Have you ever been in a fight? Have you ever stabbed somebody? Is somebody in your family a convicted felon? Somebody in your family done this, or somebody in your family done that? Just a bunch of real personal questions, but questions that your friends and family may never ask you, or you wouldn't think that it was all of a sudden like, wait a minute, why is this important? Almost every question that they asked, my hand was up, or it would have been. I'm gonna tell you, it would have been up. I didn't, because every hand that got raised got asked a question. Oh, okay, so you've been molested. How did that happen? And you heard it. Like, I was like, oh, man. This ain't really the form. This is stuff you discuss in groups, in therapy. And what's the main purpose? You know what the purpose is? There's a dude that got busted with drugs. So this woman's over here telling me how her uncle assaulted her. You know, not in the nice way, not with hands. So we could throw this dude because he got busted with some drugs in a motel. That's happened. It was bad, man. I totally disagree with that. Probably it was horrible. And this went on for a while, and I hated every second of it. So now they got a lunch break, and we go to lunch, and it was like, when you come back, you need to go here. And I didn't know where here was, man. I don't make daily trips to the courthouse, and I don't even know how everybody else knew. You know what I mean? And I wasn't really interested at all. I just knew I need to make it here, and there's probably going to be somebody I could say would ask where here was, and that's what ended up happening. So come back from lunch, same pat down, beep beep through the metal detector, and where we had to go, you actually end up having to walk up some stairs and stuff. And so when I was walking up the stairs, at the end of the stairs, it ended up into a courtroom. You can see it says courtroom number 6 or whatever. Don't quote me on that, but let's just say courtroom number 6. And right outside, and it's lunchtime, 12:30. So I'm thinking everybody's at lunch. You know, I think we left at 11:30 and said come back at 12, and you know, so. But to me, it's still lunch. So 1 o'clock is normally what lunchtime is through all these proceedings. I don't know what the hell to call. So anyway, so when I get at the top of the stairs, I see 3 dudes just chilling up on the wall. So I figured that's where the place is. So I go up there, and I only, like, am I supposed to go into the courtroom? And luckily I got the question answered, because a bailiff came out of the courtroom just as I had hit the top of the stairs, and he had walked into, there was a room right past the 3 dudes and close to the door. So it's only like 3 feet from the door to the courtroom wall, and that's where it held off. But there was a room right there to the right. And he was like, yeah, okay, everybody for jury duty. Okay, make sure you stay in here. It'll only be a couple more minutes. And he went in, and he didn't address me at all. So I heard him say jury duty, so I figured that was the people I went. And I looked into the room, and it was a small room. It was jam-packed full of people. And people, I've been in places like that, and the only thing they remind me is prison. Every time I've been in a place like that, listen, small room with a bunch of people. It was cool. There were some girls in there and stuff. I'm not into that shit. I already don't want to be here, so I'm not going into that room. I'm going to chill. I don't know why these 3 people were standing outside on the wall. He didn't talk to them. I'm going to stand on the wall too. So that's what ended up happening. I kicked back on the wall, and there was a guy right here. There's 3 of them. And I was like, man, I can't stand this crap. I'm ready to go home, blah, 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 blah. He's like, yeah, me too, man. There's some shit. There's some straight bullshit. And I was like, yeah. And the door opened up to the courtroom, and the bailiff looked at me. He said, what are you doing? He said, who are you? And I said, I'm one of the jury dudes. He said, you're supposed to be in the room over here. Didn't they tell you what was going on? So, and he was a different dude than the last dude. And I was like, look, man, I ain't never did this before. And I'm already a convicted felon, so I don't know what's going on. But I do know I don't get into small rooms with a bunch of people. I mean, it is what it is, man. You got to do what you got to do. I'm just not going to do it. I got impulse control disorder. It's diagnosed by a North Carolina board psychiatrist. Check it out. You look it up. Ain't going in there. You got to find a better place. I'd rather go in the hole. Straight up. You put me down in the county jail. I'd rather be in there than in there. He's like, no, it ain't like that. As a matter of fact, everybody needs to come into the courtroom anyway. So we go up into the courtroom. And when I had first got there, okay, so when you very first, is there any reason why you shouldn't? And I was like, yeah, I'm a convicted felon. Shouldn't be in here. So when we came off of lunch, they put 12 people in the jury box. Oh no, that's how they did the first. Put 12 people and asked the person a question. So they put me in the jury box, and I was the first person the judge asked. Like, thank you. So he said, Mr. Jakowski, he said, it says here there's a reason you think why you wouldn't be good for jury duty. I said, no, there's a very good reason I wouldn't be here for jury duty. Oh no, let me back it up. So the judge came out and he goes, okay, these are proceedings for the defendant. And the dude walked in. You know who the dude walked in? And this is what the judge said right before that. You're not supposed to have any contact. You're not supposed to, like, even look at him. You know what I mean? Man, I done had a full-blown conversation with this dude. He could open up the doors, and the dude walked in. And I was like, oh, man, yeah, I know I'm gone now. Even if they wasn't going to give me the convicted felon thing. So the judge asked me, said, Mr. Jakowski, what's up? I was like, look, yeah, I got convicted of the marijuana charge. I'm a convicted felon, and to make matters worse, Judge, I ain't gonna lie, but I talked to that dude out in the hallway. I didn't realize that he was part of the trial. He was leaning up against the wall outside the courthouse. Y'all didn't have him blocked off. You know, every juror passed him. You know what I mean? So it can't be my fault. But I actually talked to that dude, and to be honest, I'm just be honest with you, I'm finding him innocent. It's just a drug charge, man. He trying to help his family. Now, I know that's against the law. I know that's the wrong thing, but the reality is I'm not going to send nobody to jail. Even if they did something to my family, I'm going to take care of that myself. I'm not calling you. He was like, oh, yeah, well, talked to the DA. DA said, yeah, I ain't got no problem. He is dismissed. So the judge was like, all right, Mr. Jakowski, you're dismissed. I was like, yes, thank God. And I got up and I got out the little jury box, and he was like, Mr. Jakowski, he goes, you seem like an all right kind of guy. Maybe we can't get you to do jury duty on this trial, but maybe we might have you come back and do jury on another trial. And I was like, Your Honor, this is not wasting nobody's time, man. It just ain't going to be worth it. I really feel strongly about this, and you know, there's people that feel all kind of way about all kind of things. You know what I mean? I'm not the person. I'm just not the person. I'm just not the person. So okay, and at this time I could tell you too, because I actually got the letter. So this came in 2018. And I got out in 2004, so it actually been 14 years since I've been out of prison. And here's the actual letter. Yep. And so if you can't read it, it says on November 14, 2017, we mailed you a check number blank, blah, 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 in the amount of $12. This payment was for jury duty. Our records indicate that this check has not been cashed. Please reply in writing if you haven't received or have misplaced the check, and if you would like to be reissued. For your convenience, we have included a form for you to complete out and return to us. Please respond to us within 10 days from the date above so that we can arrange to receive the funds. You may mail in or fax your response. And this is from the Onslow County Clerk of Court. I go out of town and work a lot, and I have I might open up my mail and just throw it. I've actually just found this, and I actually do have the check. Look at this. That's what a jury duty check looks like from Onslow County. And it's just one of the many things that happen, man, where, you know, it goes, if it's going to happen to somebody, let it happen to me. So I actually got out of jury duty. I hope they never call me again. It's not going to be worth it. if you haven't done jury duty, man, they asked some pretty personal questions. It was kind of rough. I really didn't enjoy it for them. But that's the story for today. If you like it, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Share if you can. Until then, y'all have a good day and stay safe. Peace.